Hello and welcome. It is Sunday. It is afternoon, and that means it's time for Morgan's lazy Sunday afternoon productivity stream, where sometimes we're productive and sometimes we just eat snacks. Not that you can't eat snacks while being productive, because we all know I do. Today, I have the one, the only Doc Coleman with me. Say hi to the nice people.
Hi, nice people.
And I'm Morgan Hazelwood. So, what are you working on today?
Today I will be continuing the second draft of the Rage of Ragnarok, just giving everything a quick read over and blocking out where my chapters fall, and maybe
Awesome.
even naming some chapters.
Oh, you have named
I always
chapters.
do chapter titles because it's part of the oeuvre I'm evoking. There we go.
Pistache.
Yeah.
Patiche. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not pistachio.
Pastiche? No.
Probably. So, and I have some emails for the con I work with that need to get drafted and things and stuff. Sako got me the photos from Balticon, so I get to put those together. So I'm super excited about that. But I think I'm gonna slowly sprinkle them out rather than
carpet bomb us with them.
right. So yeah, it's going pretty well though. So tomorrow is my sister's library is reopening.
Mm-hmm.
Her older daughter starts 6th grade and her younger one starts nursery school. So I got some new back to school shoes for the older one that I'll be dropping off after the stream.
So you were acting in the role as the Deceptive Mama.
I mean, spoiling aunt, I think, in this case, really.
Yeah, both. But no, it's good. It's good that you're helping your sister out like that.
Yeah. She's like, "Were you gonna get these or not?" I was like, "Oh, believe." So yeah. Oh my goodness! It's been a week. It's been a month. Oh my goodness!
It has.
We're over halfway through August. Are you ready for September?
I don't know.
When do you expect to hear back from your editor?
Well, she's blocked out to have 6 weeks.
Right.
But she says that she usually delivers early, so I'm guessing to get it back sometime mid to end September.
Okay.
Possibly as late as early October.
Okay.
I
Because
mean,
she's had it for like 2 weeks. I would think,
Well, she's doing 3 levels of passes.
So right. Yes.
The first pass is an initial read. She's done that. Now she's going through it. She's doing more in-depth stuff.
Okay.
I believe the third pass, she does recommended fixes. She builds on the levels of the feedback with each pass.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it comes out, to see how it works. Hopefully, it will give me lots of fodder to do one good solid revision, and I might have her do another quick pass, and just to make sure I haven't introduced any new problems in doing the revisions, and then hopefully I will be ready to go right to production.
That's super exciting.
Before Christmas.
I mean, I hear the box set makes an excellent Christmas gift.
I got to do a third book for the box set.
Yeah, sure. So,
but awesome. I have also heard back from my cover artist, and he basically sent me a mock-up based on what he's been able to find in the way of clip art. So I kind of went mad using my Google Foo and bombarded him with images as potential inspiration.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so he's doing a second look back on that.
Sure. Nice.
So
progress.
Yeah, we'll see. we'll see where that goes. It's a little weird for the portions where progress happens, but you're not directly involved with it. So
The
yeah,
end is nigh. The end is nigh.
the fingers are crossed at the end is not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. So, but super exciting.
Mhm.
I will be here next week, but I was telling Doc before the show, I will not be here Memorial Day weekend because I will be live in Chicago for ShyCon 8, otherwise known as this year's WorldCon. Last year's was super late. It's usually in August,
Mhm.
but last year was in December because the hotel they were using closed and things and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Also, it's known as Labor Day weekend, not Memorial Day weekend. That's when
oh,
Baltic is.
right.
It's
End
Labor
of
Day.
summer, beginning of summer. Floop, floop. So I'll be doing live streaming for beginners virtually. I will be doing mental health and con running. I have feelings on that one. Legal considerations for podcasters, starting your own podcast, and judging a book by what's on page 119. So
Oh, that's cute.
yeah, it should be a lot of fun. We're just going to read a page to the people in the audience, and they're going to be like, yes, I'd like to read that, or hmm. And once they've committed, then we tell them what it is and who it's by. It's going to be
That's
fun.
yeah, that's interesting. I almost feel like submitting my book for that.
So
Why?
I need to figure out how it works. Am I supposed to be bringing random books, like
Mhm.
potentially yours, which is on my shelf?
Yep.
So,
I
oh,
don't know. I will be fascinated to find out and fascinated to hear the results.
yeah, yeah. So that one should be a lot of fun, though. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah. What do you say about a sprint?
I say, why not? Let's do a sprint.
Okay. Great. Timer, not Twitch. Timer. There we go.
Twitch, Twitch, Twitch. No.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my audio. I'm going to share my Chrome tab. And there we go.
There she blows. Well, that's different.
Okay. I think that's what we have.
Yeah, that's what we've used in the past.
I know, but I thought yeah, that's not, I like the
No.
side to side better. Okay. I was experimenting. So, okay, let's
So
get started in
wait,
3. Oh, go ahead.
it looks like we've got a comment.
We do. Hello, MM Ward. Thank you for coming.
Hello.
Let us know what you're working on today. We're about to kick off a sprint. I've got emails and blog stuff, and Doc is working on book 3.
Yep.
So, yay. MM is enjoying the internet being back again.
Yep.
Always a good thing. So
Yep.
we are very happy to have you back and very happy that your internet is cooperating right now. So
Hopefully it will be solider than mine is at times. Hopefully
fingers
mine will
crossed.
be nice and solid today.
Yeah. So, okay. Getting started now. And we're back. Oh.
Let's see.
So I'm going to pop into the comments while Doc finishes up his page.
Go for it.
So MM Ward is still working on her hashtag August 80K for her Tarot for Writers card prompt project. Says, oh, her internet dropped while she was in the middle of her 5 a.m. Writers Club Sunday sunrise stream and didn't come back till noon, and then went off again for another 90 minutes. So if she drops again, internet. So
evil internet.
Right? Andy made it. Hello and welcome. He's joining us for 2 sprints because he's been working on revisions all day, and then I assume dinner. Claude made it. Hello, is only here for a couple sprints. Claude is working on their homemade RPG game. The first one is due this Tuesday. Kelly swung by. Hola. And said, hey, congratulations are in order to MM Ward. Yes, she broke a 50K already. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Jennifer Brown is here. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you made it. MM Ward's internet is sad today. MM Ward got 319 this sprint. Andy says rewrites on chapter 18 continue. He's literally adding in the gory details.
Do I have enough blood and guts? Oh, let's ladle a few more times.
And MM Ward says that the gremlins have not accepted the offers of chocolate cake or oatmeal cookies. That's so sad.
What's wrong with them?
That would work on me. And Jen Wright's Romance is here. Hello and welcome. So, how was your sprint?
Let's see. I got through 2,450 words.
Nice.
Before the timer ran out. Although most of what I was doing was actually going through and cutting out passive verbs as I was going through it. But definitely had some fun moments that I'd forgotten about in doing editing on the second book. For instance, you know, the ship is under attack. They've gone to a one of the hard points where they've got a Gatling gun, and it's like, why aren't we using this? And it's like, well, they're very inaccurate, and we ran out of ammunition.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not, oh, I was trying to modify it, and somehow.
Well, you know, we ran out of ammunition, so we can't use it. So now we're modifying it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep.
So Patrick Hopkins swung by. Hello and welcome. And the emails and stuff I'm drafting, I got 326 words. So now we have to rip them apart and, you know, turn it into something solid.
And I have got cherries for my snacking today.
I have plums, but I hear some truffles, chocolate truffles calling my name.
I can see that.
So
we won't truffle with your affections.
Right. Nice one. Yeah, I am super excited by the photos Sako got to me. She finally processed the Balticon photos. And so, yeah, I'm putting those up on the share drive and looking them over. And we have clearly post-pandemic photos to share.
Yeah. Well, so I was putting my photos up on Facebook as things were happening, and it was like there was just like this is the pandemic zone, this is the non-pandemic zone.
Yeah. So I I'm not sad that people who feel sick are wearing masks went out. I think maybe that's something we should have been doing all along.
Mm-hmm.
So, Patrick says that frozen cherries are his favorite writing snack.
I haven't tried that. I got these a couple weeks ago, and they've just been sitting in the fridge. And I was pulling something. I was pulling something else out and looking at them, and it's like I need to start eating these before they go bad. Hadn't actually thought about freezing them. I shall have to take a selection of them and throw them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them.
Legit. So, Kelly says he will be noodling this afternoon. It was a long week of writing, and interestingly, he created a space station for one story. Oh, yeah. My stuff went out to my beta readers on Monday, and Sunday night, and one of them finished by Monday evening.
So they're one of your people.
Yes, the binge readers. Yeah. Another one is partway through. I haven't looked close enough to figure out how far through. And the other 3 have not started yet. So.
And you sent them the entire manuscript at once, correct?
Yes. I give them their own Google Doc with a different version for each of them because I don't like the first reader or the person who's most opinionated to sway everybody. I want separate opinions.
Yeah, we don't like crossing the streams when it comes to feedback.
Yeah. But I do, seed the pot by saying these are things I'd like to hear about, because the best way to get the feedback you're looking for is to ask for it. But I do know that some people would prefer to not say anything so that people aren't looking for issues in those spots, because sometimes nobody would see it if they weren't looking for it, kind of thing. So it's all a matter of opinions. And that's what my blog and vlog posts were about this week, because so stressful. Oh my gosh, so stressful. They have my book baby.
I was going to say, they have your book baby and they're taking care of it, but it's like, no, they're not taking care of it. They're doing corrective surgery.
Yeah. So,
or at least they're drawing on it for you to do corrective surgery later.
I'm consulting with 5 different doctors about what's wrong, and we're gonna see what's actually fixable. So, popping into the comments, Jen says that frozen grapes are good too. Patrick says frozen grapes are nice. My favorite part is you don't have to kill your mouth unfreezing one like it happens with strawberries. And Mama Maggie is excited for me. Apparently frozen pineapple is rough too.
You might let it thaw out a little bit before you start chewing.
Yeah. Surgery sucks. Both physical and book surgery.
Yep.
So. Oh my goodness. Stretch break?
Where's Nightbot when you need them, right?
Right?
Oh. Hi, Cat.
I gave Catechist some snuggles, and we played chase before the stream.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I do. I end up with a Gilly curled up next to me, and either she sits there quietly or she starts messing with me. So. And of course, I'm waiting for grocery delivery. So.
Of course, it's Sunday afternoon. What else would a doc be doing?
Revising, editing, writing. No.
Right.
Trying to be entertaining people online. No.
Yeah. Mama Maggie says, I like frozen blackberries and raspberries. And Patrick's like, waiting. What is this waiting you speak of?
It's something you do while the blender's going and it's mixing all the stuff up with the alcohol.
So Jennifer is working on titling stories and putting stories in some sort of cohesive order on their short story collection. So I've actually attended several panels recently on putting together short story selections, and they say your best story should go first, last, and middle.
Okay.
That's where your strongest pieces should be. So you end on a strong note and you start on a strong note. But if you don't start strong, they're not going to read the rest of it. So if you look at short story collections, you're going to see a lot of the big name goes first or last, and sometimes right in the middle.
I've definitely heard that you definitely need to have your best stories at the front or at the end. With the same kind of thing, you want to start off well enough that you keep them going, and if you've got a story that is more famous, more well known, you stick that at the end, so that it'll draw people through the book. That's kind of how I arranged my stories in The Shining Cog.
Right.
So were you going to go to more comments?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm done talking.
So Mama Maggie says, hydrate or dihydrate. And I realized that my cup is empty.
Yep.
So I'll be fixing that next sprint. And we would like to say, Kitty, all hail the feline overlords. Mm-hmm. And Jennifer is off to go FaceTime with her mom and 3-year-old nephew because mom's at the sister's for the weekend. So.
Okay. And I supposedly just had groceries delivered outside my door. So
okay, I think that sounds like a great time to go to Sprint.
So I can drag these in and you can go get some hydration.
Right. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom chakalaka.
Boom chakalaka. And we're back. How was your sprint?
It was pretty good. I got my groceries put away, and everything was there. Yay!
Whoa, no random substitutions?
No substitutions at all. They actually found everything. The only issue was it was a small order and it took a long time because apparently the guy was shopping other people's orders at the same time.
Yeah.
But I just got to a point in the story where people are shooting at Miss Bang, and then the timer went off. So,
Are you saying it was like bang bang at Miss Bang?
yes,
Okay.
except it was a Gatling gun, so it's more like bang, 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 bang.
So I
see how many words I've got, and you can tell us how you did while I'm doing that.
I am collaboratively writing. So 3 of us are going round robin on edits.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a truffle.
Truffles are good.
One moment. I assume Catechus did eat the treat I brought with him when I brought my truffle. Because it's no longer there. And I don't see it on the carpet below him.
And he's not being a problem. Oh, there he is, lurking behind you.
Directly behind me.
Yep.
There we go.
Giving you the backside look that says that he trusts you and he's guarding your back. No.
I mean, he is a sweetie most of the time.
He can be. He has more than one mode. No.
Just like most of us.
But so I got through about 1,114 words.
Not shabby.
And got groceries put away. So yeah, definitely.
I know, right? That's pretty awesome.
Oh, I am happy with it.
I had a nap earlier today, and I'm thinking it might have should have been longer.
I don't know. I do not nap well. I'm either up or I'm asleep.
So. Gotcha. Yeah. So it's just a rainy, for summer, cool day.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect to curl up and read, which is what I did last night. So
has it been rainy down your way?
Oh yeah, like all day.
Okay. I've noticed when I was out earlier that it was cloudy and kind of overcast and dark, but it did not look like it had rained up here. So of course we are just far enough away to have like a few different weather systems between us.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Oh. I don't know anything else.
And we don't have comments from people, so.
I know, right? So maybe we just go be more productive. I know a bunch of people had to duck out because of this, that, and the other. But some people are still on. So hi. Yeah. You can lurk. Lurkers are just as welcome as chatty people. You just get to listen to us talk to ourselves more.
Yeah. But if you talk to us, you get to hear us say your names. So
yeah. Say my name. Say my name. Okay.
That seems to be a major driver for people on Twitch, though.
Yeah,
is getting shout outs from the people on stream.
I'm really bad at shouting out, but I do read everybody's name when they give a comment. So I read the comments because I know some people are listening in while folding laundry. So, you know. Andy, thank you. Andy says that's half a chapter rewritten, something about 2,000 words.
Nice.
And wishes us luck with the next sprint. Have a great evening and a good dinner. And thank you for swinging by. I'm glad you made it for at least part of the stream. We've missed you. I know you've been busy and, you know, life happens.
So we're not holding it against you this time. No.
What?
So we're not holding it against you this time. No.
This time.
Just kidding.
So. I might read some books this week.
Hmm.
I did a beta read for my dad this week.
Oh dear, how'd that go?
It was a short story that I'm pretty sure I've read before that he decided needed to be in second person.
Second person.
Yes.
Second person omniscient? No.
No, close, but I was just like not really sure that it adds to this particular story because the you in this instance has a name and a gender and set knowledge about things that general population does not. Where I think the second person, I find it a little gimmicky, but it can work. But I think in a situation in which either it's an everyday situation or a situation in which the main character is the everyman put in a strange situation and figuring out what's going on. And I think it can work in those situations. This was at a high-tech lab, so maybe not general population stuff. So hello, we have an Amanda here. How are you? I think the story was why would he write it in second person? I think that's where she cut in, but I don't know. So yeah, it was an interesting story, but I mean, it was 12 pages, so for a beta read.
Yeah. I know I definitely have some long running jokes about different tenses that people write stories in terms of just okay, technically you can do it, it's weird, and they're just doing it as an experiment. Things like we joke about doing second person omniscient future tense.
Yeah,
things. It's like
I like being close, and I like head hopping between chapters. So I've seen head hopping between two characters done well in by a small subset of romance writers, but typically it's not done well when it is done. So
yeah.
And some people use omniscient to head hop.
This is true.
Which isn't quite what that's supposed to be. I think you need, when you have omniscient, a strong narrator voice that's separate from the characters. So
I've also have a recurring joke about first person omniscient, where it's from the point of view of God.
Oh, I mean, obviously.
Yes.
Which God? All of them?
Pick one.
It varies. Yeah.
But either that or you're doing head hopping because there are telepaths involved.
There is that, but I think part of my issue with telepaths is so often they communicate in words, and in my head it's more concepts that turn into words as they come out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's they should communicate directly in concepts, sort of, maybe glyphs instead of words. But
some people are very visual, so I would imagine their telepathic communication would be images, and some people do have that dialogue in their head, and some people are more conceptual, and I think that they really don't show the full spectrum of telepathic mind frames.
There you go. There's a good writing challenge. Write a story about telepaths where you actually show how each person thinks differently in how they communicate telepathically.
That's kind of fun.
That would
But
be
what if they make fun of the imagery people by saying, "Oh, that's so juvenile"?
Then
because maybe that's how babies start out.
Then they'll probably have their head filled with the image of someone sticking their tongue out at them and making moose.
Sure. On the nice side of things. Otherwise, maybe a boot shoved where now?
Yeah.
So, okay. We definitely have time for another sprint. Did
Yep.
you want to see what we can get done?
Yeah.
Audience, let us know what y'all are doing and, what you're snacking on if you have any snacks. So I'm going to go ahead and reshare the timer and let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chakalaka. And we're back. How was your sprint?
That seemed to go pretty good.
Nice.
I actually got into the next chapter and got to a section where you actually get a chance to see the riggers in action in the rigging. So that was fun to look at.
I think there's a couple sea shanties about that.
So I guess I probably should rewrite a couple of them and make them air shanties.
I mean, I'm surprised there aren't any. So I got the survey results from Balticon the other day, and I was looking them over, and someone was mentioned that there was a lack of steampunk material in our latest run of programming, and I was just curious if that that individual might have been you.
Oh yeah, definitely was me.
Okay.
Hopefully there were more individuals saying that, because it's not like steampunk has gone away and nobody cares about it anymore. It's just that the programming people were tired of seeing it.
Or maybe they only had the same people talking about it, and so it was the same panel.
Maybe, but there was always an audience.
True. So
You know, maybe in order to have more people talking about steampunk, you need to bring in some steampunk guests who aren't local to the area.
could be. But anyway, I'm not on that decision board. I am instead a builder of worlds. It says so right there.
Yep.
So I am right now in the back of my head playing around with my story ideas for NaNoWriMo. That suburban fantasy that I'm thinking about writing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the thought of maybe I should see if I can write more than one story in the same world. Not necessarily sequels, but maybe I should use the same world setting more than once.
Just to flesh out the world just a little bit more.
Because if I do get something to sell, they'll probably want more. But if they're definitely standalones, but it's definitely the same world.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a way you can hook things back around. Whether it's the first story or the second one that sells.
Yeah, exactly. So
I ran into a section in the chapters I was working in where I had put in a reference to a short story I'd never written. It was a short story that I had planned to write and submit for an anthology, but I ended up not having the time for it and missed the deadline. But I'd planned it out. There were certain events that were going to happen. And it's like, oh, great. I put a hook to it in my book. I'm going to have to write it at some point.
So there is that idea too of just looking at what open anthologies there are and using my setting and world and characters to write some short stories.
Yep. I always look for opportunities like that.
So that might be something I look further into. I was looking over for the next con I go to, what agents are there? And there's only a handful of agents, but there are tons of editors, people who do anthologies and magazines and that sort of stuff. And so, maybe if somebody reads something about a fun world story setting characters, they might want something more.
Yep. And a number of those editors and other authors who do anthologies will they'll invite a few core folks, but then they'll put it open for submissions. And if you follow the guidelines and you write a decent story, you can get in.
And then, the anthology is selling on the power of the big names, but people are reading your work.
And that's how you become a big name.
Is it now? It's one way.
It used to be. It's still an option, but there's no guarantees anything these days.
It's the luck of the draw and the day of the week and who happens to reshare you at what time of day.
Yeah. There's a ton of luck involved. No matter how you do it, there is a ton of luck involved.
Yeah. Yeah. I keep going to cons and hearing people talk about how they got their foot in the door and it involved, showing up and, working for free for several months or falling off your skateboard in front of the radio recording studio and happening to have a voice that's perfect for movie theatrical trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Things that don't happen to 99.9999% of us.
Yeah.
And even if they did, would not work out that way. These days, if you show up and try to be like, let me help you, you will be shown the door because so many people have tried it. And it's no longer new and refreshing. It's a little stalkery and please go away.
Unless you actually happen to be lucky enough to hit somebody who really needs help and is shorthanded at that moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so you can't depend on any method. You have to have strategies. You can't depend on any particular tactic working. But if you have a strategy, the things you do could reinforce each other. But
yeah,
I mean, a lot of people think you can do it all on social media, and it's like, well, having a good social media presence helps, but you still have to do the work and you still have to show up and talk to the people.
Yeah.
So I did up my count, and in that last sprint, I covered 2,700 words.
Nice.
And the battle is still raging on, and we're trying to assess the damage. And it's like, damage in an airship can be particularly nasty.
Yeah. Did Miss Bang get hurt? I'll have to read and find out.
Yep.
I shake my fist at you. Do you feel properly chastised?
Oh, woe is me. I have been chastised.
You don't actually sound very woeful.
I feel secure in the knowledge that you will have forgotten this conversation by the time the book comes out, because another book will come out before this and probably some more short stories.
Legit. So, well, we have 12 minutes left. Do we chat? Do we do a 10-minute sprint? Do we eat bonbons and mock our audience for not having bonbons?
I can't do that because I have no bonbons
bonbons.
I am bereft of bonbons. I have a cat.
I mean,
I have cherries.
You do. Oh, there's my cat right there. See my kitty? He's very exhausted. It's hard patrolling the house.
I don't know. You've got a fairly sizable house.
I know. It's a very exhausting job for one kitty to patrol the whole thing.
The only thing that you're really missing are stairs to go zooming up and down in the middle of the night.
But he can run across the back of the couch, across the kitchen island, across my desk, and leap to his cat tree and up to on top of the bookcase and then back again.
Oh, at least he does have that then.
Right? And from the couch, he can actually jump onto, I think, the shelf in the foyer, and then over across the foyer onto the other shelf, and then up to the coat hook thing has a shelf above.
Especially if there's coats hanging there, and you just go.
No. He leaps past them. I actually lost a picture on the wall from him jumping down from it because there's a shelf up there with the painting, and he has gotten up there before.
Okay.
So, okay. Kelly says that he bought a kite today, and he would like us to guess what kind. If you're asking us to guess what kind, I guess it's not a traditional, so I'm going to go box kite.
I was going to go with a stunt kite, or maybe even a parafoil.
You clearly know more about kites than I do.
And I there was a time when I looked forward to the annual kite festival down in DC. Um, and and my father-in-law used to have a condo on the beach, so we'd go out there in the off season and fly kites.
Right.
But,
I just, had like the dollar store ones and the field across from my grandma's house where the blackberry bushes grew. Because it was under high tension power lines, and that's blackberry's favorite place to grow.
is it?
Either that or that's where they don't get cut back.
Or maybe the birds don't bother them as much because they're perched on the power lines than they're down on the ground.
True, maybe. I just know that there's
Hmm.
where I grew up, the blackberry thickets were thick near the power lines.
That's interesting.
Maybe it's because the birds sit up there and their droppings drop.
And it fertilizes it, or no,
And
that's it.
also the seeds get
They've,
planted.
they've eaten the blackberries elsewhere, and they go hang out there, and they plant more blackberries. Yeah.
And they help fertilize.
Mm-hmm.
So Kelly says that would have been preferred, but by total fluke, he has a 62-inch wide dragon kite.
Nice.
Represent. I enjoy a good dragon kite. Is it a red dragon? Maybe a green dragon? Those are the two most common dragons. Gold. I think gold is third, probably. He says he might take it back if he finds a more simplistic traditional kite.
Mm.
So it's pretty cool. So what are you working on this coming week? Are you still just working on the edits?
For this coming week, honestly, I've been kind of taking this past week. I kind of took a little bit easy because I had deadlines coming out my ears
At day job?
at day job, and I'm past most of those deadlines, but I think I'm going to try to ramp up slowly to get back into it. I know I've been enjoying some time off. I've been binging lots of TV.
I'm
But
halfway through, or 3 episodes at least in through Sandman, which I've never read.
I have not read Sandman either, but I definitely enjoyed what they did with it.
Yeah. So I'm watching it with a friend who has read them, and I'd like to say in my defense, okay, a friend of mine loaned me Sandman, like the entire series, but he didn't let me read the first one first. He just came in with a 3-week time commitment and said, these are out of print. These are precious. Don't eat while looking at them. Be very careful with them, and you must read them. So I very carefully put them aside and didn't read them for a year and a half and then returned them.
Okay.
So maybe when trying to get Morgan hooked on something, you have her read the first one, and then once she's hooked, you give her the 3-week commitment because she will binge through anything once she gets started. But sometimes it's easier to not get started, especially if I can't snack while reading it. I mean,
especially if you're going to be very dictatorial about what you can do.
Yeah. I mean, I knew I liked Neil Gaiman. I knew I would enjoy them, but I wasn't emotionally invested yet, and that was a large time commitment right there.
And it's also kind of like the question of, has Morgan had a history of damaging other people's books in the past? Maybe Morgan doesn't need the lecture about taking care of things like
she might have
librarians' daughters.
She might have gotten a crumb or two on a book, but not like never actually ruined anything. Just, maybe a grease
put a taco in a library book as a bookmark and then return it.
I heard about that. It was horrible.
Yes.
Why would you use a taco as a bookmark? It's a waste of taco and book.
Exactly.
So Kelly says that his dragon is green. So a taco bookmark.
No. Pieces of cheese. It's like, no.
And I'm sure the meat was greasy, so you got the grease stains and the meat
Yep.
juice oozing, and maybe some sour cream and salsa in there as well.
Mm.
The flour tortilla by itself might have been okay. Have you ever had?
That's the only thing.
Have you ever had a Tex-Mex hexaflexagon?
A Tex-Mex hexaflexagon?
Yes.
No, I don't believe I've ever had a Tex-Mex hexaflexagon.
Do you know what a hexaflexagon is?
I have no idea what a Tex-Mex hexaflexagon is, but I am proud of the fact that I can say it relatively rapidly.
Right? So there is this mathematician doodling with math named Vihart, Vihart. And several years ago, she did a series about hexaflexagons, which started off as like a circle hexagon shaped thing that you could do with the cast off ends of your paper. You know, when you rip it out of the book and it's got that little tab from where it was connected in.
From your spiral notebook.
Right. Yeah. And when you flip them, and you can flip them around, they seem to have three sides because of what's on the inside and what's on the outside. And you can flip them in circles, right? So anyway, you can also do this exact thing with tortillas and fill them with the toppings. It's a super, super messy way to eat them, but it's hilarious and delicious. And I did it probably for Tao Day one year because she's huge into Tao is better than pie.
Okay.
For those who don't know, Tau is TAU and it's pi squared. And in most of our math, you square pi before you do anything with it. So it makes more sense to start off with Tau instead of pi. Plus, that means you get 2 pies on Tau Day. Your Pi Day is 3.14, so it's March 14th. So Tau Day is in June, and you get 2 pies instead of 1. So...
so the
she also explained why the Fibonacci sequence exists and occurs in nature. Like they know why.
I blame Fibonacci myself, but
I mean clearly.
So was the experiment at making the Tex-Mex hexaflexagon successful?
It was very messy.
And
delicious.
Okay, that sounds like it might be reasonably successful.
Right? So let's see.
Is it an experiment you'd be willing to do again?
Potentially. Let's see. I believe she called it FlexMex.
FlexMex, okay.
But it's the culmination of her series on hexaflexagons. Only more delicious. More delicious. Did you even know that was a thing?
What, FlexMex? No, I can't say that that I knew that FlexMex cooking was a thing. But now I'm interested to learn more.
Right?
And I have an opportunity.
Oh, wow. So you want to know how old I feel? The video came out 10 years ago.
So it's back in the halcyon heyday of the Obama administration, right?
Yeah, true facts. So anyway, we have babbled our way to 6:29 p.m.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. And now I want tacos. So
yeah, same here.
You're welcome. Tell the nice people where to find you.
Nice people.
And what you're up to.
If you would like to find my books and learn more about me, you can either go to YouTube and find this video and look in the notes down below, and you will see links to all of my stuff. Or if that is too much of a stretch for you, you can go to your nearest or your favorite search engine, and you can type in Doc Coleman Steampunk, and the search results will come up, and you will find my website at doccoleman.com. It'll find my author page on Amazon. From the author page, you can look at my books, you can look at samples, and you can decide, is this steampunk comedy adventure right for me? And then, of course, you can click buy.
If it's not right for you, maybe it's right for your friends.
They make excellent gifts.
I mean, you could give it for all occasions. Labor Day, back to school, Christmas, birthdays, Earth Day,
That's
Cat
right.
Day.
Cat Day, yeah. Regular
Sunday.
International Cat Day, International Black Cat Day, International Striped Cat Day. I don't know when it is, but there's bound to be one.
And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I'm here every Sunday afternoon with my lazy Sunday afternoon, quote unquote, productivity stream. And on alternating Mondays these days, Patrick and I have been doing the Query Helpline, where if you donate towards a reproductive rights organization, we will take your query and or first pages or synopsis and rework them live. This is an off week, but next week we have it on the 29th. So this week I was blogging and vlogging about writers. Are you using your beta readers wrong? As I have severe regrets 5 minutes after sending my latest draft to my beta readers. On the podcast, Writing Tips and Writerly Musings, I'm talking about the future of YA. And this week's author spotlight guest was Randy Dawn, a longtime journalist who writes about the world of show business during the night and about the fantastic convergence of pop culture and fantasy creatures by night. So feel free to check me out everywhere as Morgan Hazelwood, except Twitter, where I'm Morgan Hazelwood.
Shake it.
And we'll be back again next week. Have fun. Bye.
Bye-bye.